you used a phrase that I've heard you use before, but I hadn't actually focused on it until then. You used the phrase traditional digital agency, which is a really interesting formulation. It implies that we've been around long enough to evolve even flavors of digital agencies. I'd be interested if you could describe for us the landscape of digital agencies as you see it, and parse the distinctions among you. I'm just wondering, what distinguishes an RGA from a Digitas, from a Razorfish, from a Campfire? I mean, what does that look like?
Well, first of all, I think that the name traditional digital came up when we were doing our planning for next year. We've been doing a lot of restructuring. We're actually trying to create a new agency model at RGA that's nothing short of looking back to the model that was created by Ogilvy or Birnbach or Leo Burnett back in the 50s and 60s. I think there's a real opportunity to create a brand new agency model. So Nick and I have been working very hard at separating what we're doing between campaigns and platforms. And when we look at certain accounts that we might have, for instance, Walmart is 100% campaign-based right now, but we'll move into doing a certain percentage of platform work. HP, on the other hand, is 100% platform-based, and we're talking to them about doing some campaign work. So as we look at the other...
What do you mean? What's the distinction in this case between platform and campaign? So when you think of one, what is it and what's the other?
Nike Plus, which is something that we worked on with Nike, is a platform. And then the Human Race, which is an event that gets 800,000 people last year in August to run in 26 cities throughout the world, that would be a campaign.
Oh, okay. So the campaigns are components of the platform.
Campaigns tend to be episodic.
Okay.
Right, and platforms are sort of an ongoing engagement.
Mm-hmm. But it's interesting because, in the technology industry, we talk about things like Windows as a platform. Yeah. The cloud provides for platforms. Now we're talking about marketing strategy as a platform, or is it something else?
I think it is a strategy, concepts that are more closely tied to the traditional way of developing them with a writer and an art director and coming up with a campaign which has a limited amount of time that it would run in order to do something, but it would be on top of a platform, sit on top of a platform.
Well, one of the ways that we talk about it creatively at RGA is when we're briefing a creative team, a platform the intention of a platform is to fit into someone's media habits. The intention of a campaign is to break through and get awareness. Yeah. So they're two sides of a coin. Traditionally agencies have been more concerned with the breakthrough piece, with getting someone's attention. But once, and we still believe there's a role for that, but we also think that once you get their attention, if you can lead them somewhere where they can have this sort of ongoing relationship with the brand.
But it also strikes me, I'm thinking about this in real time, which is dangerous, but if we look at the history of advertising, we could see that some of the most powerful, what we think of as the most powerful campaigns, were actually powerful platforms. Avis, we're number 2, we try harder, because it actually helped the company
change.
It's
a messaging platform. Yeah. It's not a behavioral platform. What we're suggesting a platform involves is some sort of interaction, an interchange between the company and the
and where the complexity comes up in a new agency model is agencies that developed in the digital space are not very good at storytelling. And traditional agencies are very good at coming up with concepts and stories. But So that's something that we really took a hard look at when we were restructuring RGA. Nike, as an example, is a very good mix of being about 50-50. So as we went down all the various accounts, we looked at how we were going to have to change in order to hopefully, which I think we're very much going to be there, in January, when we look through a rearview mirror at the agency, we wouldn't be a traditional digital agency. And what we mean by that is an agency that's known for websites, banners, et cetera. And I think to get into being a full-service agency, you have to do both campaigns and platforms. And they're really two different, very different parts of the coin.
I know we have a video of some work that I think we should show it, and that'll explain the reaction I saw to it. This is the Ad Council campaign. So can we show the Ad Council video? Because I think that may help illustrate as well.
We're back now, and we're talking about cyber abuse at the hands of other teens through social networking sites, text messages, and emails.
3 teenage girls were charged with disseminating child pornography for texting nude photos of themselves to their boyfriends.
Everyone has these photos of her. Somebody hacked into her profile on Facebook.
Some of these teens may not realize they're really being stalked by their boyfriends.
Texting. Facebook. He's always IMing him. It's really hard to deal with.
The Ad Council asked us to help curb teen dating violence. But when we started talking to kids, we found that teen dating has gone digital and abuse has followed. We'd stumbled on a huge problem that had no laws and no defined boundaries, a problem no one was addressing. The more we talked to teens, the more we realized they wouldn't listen to adults preaching at them about such a personal subject. So our strategy was to develop a campaign that empowered teens themselves to decide what is right and wrong. The result was that'snotcool.com. Because we wanted to reach teens where the abuse is happening, our campaign is centered in the digital space. The website acted as a hub for conversation and was supported with an integrated 360 campaign. The site experience at that'snotcool.com begins with interactive videos that educate teens about common problems from both the boy and girl's point of view.
I can't be away from my girlfriend for 10 minutes without her texting me.
I'd never had a real boyfriend before.
You think you could get her to send some nude pics?
Is she messaging him?
I feel pressured. What's he thinking?
What am I supposed to do?
Click A, B, or C.
And they can choose for themselves how to handle problems.
See? Send her pics of my junk. Yeah, that's it. Take it off. Get nasty, you nasty apple.
I think when you talk about things that are bothering you, it makes it a lot easier to avoid problems like this.
Popular YouTube celebs created their own videos to show kids they're not alone.
You're quiet until you're dead!
Texting, calling, stalking me online.
I think we should break up.
Forums helped kids talk, give advice, and share their stories. And we gave teens tools to do something about the problem. Call-out cards could be sent to a partner's phone, email, or social network to gently say, "You've crossed the line." In outdoor and print, teens could snap a photo with their phone and send it to someone who is pressuring them or making them feel uncomfortable. And for anyone who needs serious help, there's a place to find answers and chat live with a professional. With a digital platform in place, we invited teens to join the conversation with advertising like web banners, social networks and YouTube, TV.
Wakey, wakey. LUV love you. Holla back. Holla back.
Nude pics. Send me some.
Radio.
I'd rather not send you nude pictures. My webcam is broken. Nudity makes me vomit.
Outdoor and print. And a mobile site. The campaign helped start a conversation in the media about the problem, with feature stories in the New York Times and on the Today Show.
The Ad Council hopes its website, That's Not Cool, will get teens to realize what is inappropriate behavior.
Since its launch, the site has had 700,000 unique visitors, over 28,000 call-out cards sent, and almost 200,000 video views. More and more teens are joining the discussion, deciding what's right and wrong, and creating a new set of rules in their own terms. With a little help, they're dealing with one of the most daunting problems facing them as they grow up in the digital age. Turns out, if you give teens the tools it takes to start a discussion, treat them with respect, and get out of the way, they'll take it from there.
That's not cool.
MIXX.com.